Well, basically, my interest in banking was accidental. Probably 35 years or so ago, I needed a job and attempted to sell real estate, which I was not good at all. So my manager at the time at the real estate company said, my wife needs a consumer lender. And about a month after I got there, the woman that was doing the first mortgage lending quit. So they said, okay, Patty, so now you can do this too. And that began my banking career. I feel very blessed to have had the mentors that I've had along the way. Banking 30 years ago was not, it was basically male dominated. There weren't a lot of women in management roles. So starting at Midland Federal and working my way through two of the other banks that I worked at, my CEOs were amazing, and they gave me all of the opportunity to prove myself. Clearly, there was a lot of work, there's a lot of educating, but I was driven. Currently, I'm the branch president and chief operating officer at FMS Bank, community bank, which is where my heart is. I have never worked for anything but community banks. We're community driven. We're very focused on our employees being involved in the community. My true belief is that you need to give where you live. And my mother is really my inspiration. We got involved, she got involved. She sat on the planning, the Urban Renewal Board 45 years ago, involved politically, and she just showed me that was important, and she took me with her, and I did the same thing with my boys. I was the chair of the Red Cross many years ago, and we traded taking emergency calls, and when it was my time in the barrel, I would take my boys with me, and there would be 1 o'clock in the morning, and you'd wake them up and take them off with you to go see the reality of the world. And I think it made a lasting impact on them. My belief is if you can do one thing, one small thing as you move through your life, it will make a difference to someone. Some of the things that I've done are more on the fun side, which I would count the Greeley Stampede Committee. A lot of work, but very fun. Then there are things that just speak to me in my very soul, and women and children probably are the two areas that are huge for me. Women to Women, I'm currently the board chair, and we just do amazing work in providing a really unique hand up to women in Weld County. We provide aid that no other agency does. My work with the Chamber has been amazing, and I really feel like I've been able to make a difference. It's just all about finding something that speaks to you, scheduling your time, realizing that, it's not resume building. It needs to be something that matters. The opportunity when it came up for me to be asked to join the Greeley Stampede Committee was a great honor. And this will be my 6th year coming up. This will be my last year in 2018. I was chair for 2 years. It is such a huge part of our community. Largest, clearly, as far as attendance goes. The economic impact of the Stampede is very difficult to measure. Even before we had the pleasure of co-chairing the Cattle Barons Ball, I was really passionate about cancer and finding a cure. So actually, Jean Morrell has been instrumental in bringing me into my role at the American Cancer Society Northern Colorado Leadership Council. As I've mentioned, my mother and the community involvement piece, my father was a huge piece of who I ended up being, and I'm probably more like my father than I am my mother. He was a man of very few words and no excuses, and so I have lived my life that way. I have 2 amazing sons that I am very proud of. Really, when you get to this place in life, if you can look back and say, I really like the people my kids are, and this is a great testament to maybe I did something right. So that's a huge piece to me also.
you.